Hello and welcome again to my channel. My name is Yetinadum. I run a fashion school in Ibadan, Nigeria, and today I just want to take necklines. How can you achieve the neckline called sweetheart neckline? That's the basic thing I want to talk about. So many people think they have issues with how to draft the suit. We have different necklines. We have the cano neck, we have the square neck, we have the round neck, we have high neck, we have mandarin neck, all sorts of necklines, that lots of it. So I just want to talk about the sweetheart neck. I know some people have issues with drafting it. So for this, what will you be needing? You need your tape measurements, you need your scissors as usual. I need my brown paper for drafting, and I definitely will be needing my French curve. This is the French curve. This one is the lay curve, so they are quite different. So the French curve, this is the lay curve, and they also have this one. These two, they are also part of the curves. So now I need to, firstly, I'm not going to do a lot of talk. I'm not drafting the basic blouse. I just want to concentrate on the sweetheart neckline. And another thing I want to talk about is how to achieve your high-low dress. Like you want a blouse that the back will be a little lower than the front. That's basically what I want to do, and then you can achieve the side. So getting to work, I know that I have to first draw my necklines. So neckline, normally how are we draft? We draft in letters. So let's see. Now you know this is the center front. We walk halfway, center front. We have the A, B, C, C, and D. I don't want it to be this long, the blouse to be this long, so I'm just going to reduce it. So we have C and D. This is the center front, this is the side seam, basically. So I know some people are used to this one. So A to E, E is our neckline, and then A to G, this is neck width, A to G is neck depth. Normally for an elderly person, for the neck depth, I use, if you want a sweetheart neck, I can use like 6 or 7. If you're using a round neck, you can do maybe 4 or 5. But for a sweetheart neck, I will just do like a 6 or 7. But you know, this, as usual, is a dummy representation. It's not up to a full blouse. I'm just trying to achieve something. So let me just quickly, you know that your shoulder should have the bend. The shoulder bend is very important. This you can use 1.5 inch, 1 inch, thereabouts. And then you have the armhole. I name it H. You have the armhole, and then you also know that that one should be curved. That one should be curved like this. And you have the bust to the waist, and then back to the hips. So that's like a full blouse. Let's see please the allowance. So have the allowance. I'm not like really going to draft anything, so I'm just doing a rough representation. My major point is here and here. So back to A to E now. Now the first thing you need to do is you need to draft the square neckline. That's, so whatever I'm using for my A to E, I bring it down. So now from this one, this is a 2 1/4. At my G, I bring the 2 1/4 down. 2 1/4. You can see this. So when I have 2 1/4, I draw a straight line, and then I link it to my G. I link it to my G. So this naturally is a square neckline. But also note that when you want to have a square neckline, you cannot leave your neckline this way. So E to G is the original neckline, A to E is neck width, A to G is neck depth. So moving on, you need to get a 45-degree angle in between it. So this is a 45-degree angle in between the G. So just mark it up. I'm marking it up by 1.5 inch. On your normal material, you might have to go up more than this one. Then after that, I'm just going to use like 3/8. I mark my 3/8, and then I link it to E. I link it to E. My 3/8, I link it to E, and I also link it to my G. So that's how basically this now is a 4-corner neck. You cannot use this one because your bust area is around here, so you need to protect your bust from showing. So you like kind of raise it up and then raise this one up, so you can use this as the neckline. But my major one that I said I was talking about is the sweetheart neck. We're also using this 45-degree angle, and all you need to do is you take your French curve, nail curve, you find the curve. These curves have different purposes because they are different. Now this one, normally we use it for the neckline, the full neckline. We use it for armhole. We also use it for sides. This one we use it for the sleeve. If you want to draft your sleeve, we use this for the sleeve because this curve should not be too much. So they all have different purposes. Now this curve now is quite curvy to other ones, so different parts of the curve are used at different places. So now for this, I'm using this smaller curve. It doesn't mean that if you have only this, you can still work with this, but because I have this, that's why I'm using it. So all you need to do is the 45-degree angle you drew, you just take your curve and then link E to that line. So you can see this from my E, I bend up and then I bend it. Okay, you can also still, let me try and go in a little. So you bend it and bend it in to this point. I'm using this one, and also from this point you bend it to meet your G. So all you need to make sure is that your curve meets here to the G. So you can see it's already linking up. Then I draw the second line. So this now is your sweetheart neckline. So I'm just going to be cutting that one because this, so from E you cut like this. If you want yours to be deeper than this, then you come a little down on that line. So from here I also go back out, and we have the sweetheart neck. So you can go a deeper than this, like I said. So let me try and go a little deeper. You can see this is deeper now. And then you need to be really careful when drafting a sweetheart neck because of this curve, this angle. So I just trim it out. So you can see this is a little deeper to what we had before. So that's just the basic way of drafting your sweetheart neck. Now to finish up, I want to talk about the high-low dress. So many people have issues with cutting that one. I'm not doing the basics. If you want to know how to do the basics, you can join our online class. Go to the Facebook page or use the number scrolling on your screen. You can join our classes online. So we have the basic body now. If you want to have a curve, now from this I'm going to draft the back. Let me say this is the back, and don't forget your back might have the zip allowance at the side. So I'm leaving this as the zip allowance at the side, and I want the back to be longer than the front. So I'm going to be leaving this one and this one. So I go from here, I go from here, and then I cut it. I cut the armhole, and then I cut the shoulder bend. Some people don't do the shoulder bend, it's very important. And then the neckline for the front and back, obviously when you're having a neckline like this, cannot be the same thing. So from this same neckline, I could just go down a bit, and that's it. I have my back neckline. So this extra space is zip allowance. Since this is the center front, this one will be the center back. So this space is zip allowance, which at the end of the day is going into your dress when you sew. It's just for you to hold your zip. You get what I'm saying? So if you don't know the intricacies of this thing, you might have to probably get knowledge on it. Some people just see things and they want you to explain everything. You need to get good knowledge so that you can understand whatever you see online and can be able to relate to it. So back to the last one I wanted to do, which is getting a curve. The back now is longer than the front because I want it to be, so you should have added it to your length. Then I can use my hand, but let me try and use the curve. So I want this upper part to be curvy. I want this place to be curvy at the side. Depending on how curvy you want it, that's how much more you bend this. So you can see this now is a bend. It will give you a little curve at your side blouse. Now the very major important thing about having a curve is that they must both end at the same place. So, and then for the back too, now the back will not obviously go like this. You just come again and then you can do something like this for the back, but they must both end at the same place, the curves, because when you're sewing will stop here for this one to go like this and this one to go like this. Now let me make a little alteration. This one can still come like this. You can just bend it gradually as you want, depending on what you want. You can see this, and the upper part too can still be bent in a little more, like that. So also don't forget that whatever you're doing, you should have added your sewing allowance to it. So that's how basically you can do a high-low. This is the back now and this is the front. So once you finish sewing your dress, you can have your sides curve. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel, like your page, drop your comments. I've seen a lot of comments and we're working on those things you've talked about. Don't worry, by the next video, trust me, you'll have a better view, you'll hear very loudly and everything. So drop your comments, subscribe to our page, go to our Facebook page. We also have tutorials. It's not every time we can do a video. So go to the Facebook page, we have tutorials that we put there that you can just do it by yourself. Thank you for watching. Bye.